Angel has maintained contact with me this whole past year since she's been in the league and I transferred. I really appreciate her. We have a very mature relationship, a mutual respect relationship where we both have respect for each other's game and also the character and the person we are off the court. So mostly I'm just excited to get to be around her again. I think we have a lot of similarities about how we carry ourselves and our mindset on, what's important to us. And, she's a dog, man. She turns up the intensity of everybody around her. So I'm excited to be in that environment with her.
And if she fails, the narrative's already written. Hailey talked the talk, but couldn't walk the walk. Meanwhile, Caitlin, she keeps rising All-Star Games, MVPs, maybe even a championship. The gap between them, not closing, widening, and by the time Hailey realizes her mistake,
on the way to a conference tournament.
Of course not. LSU is the first of many different things for me. So.
It'll be too late. This wasn't just a draft night clash, it was a defining moment. Hailey Van Lith bet on controversy to make a name. But Caitlin Clark? She's too busy rewriting the league's history, because in the W, talk is cheap, buckets are. Currency, and respect. You earned that on the court, so now the question is, who won this war? Drop your take in the comments.
Caitlin Clark did the "you can't see me" gesture.
Yeah.
It was against Louisville.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was directed towards you. Walk me through it from your vantage point with Caitlin Clark.
It was actually hilarious because right after the game, I texted her and I was like, the media is dumb. I'm sorry. Like, you guys have they just make stuff up. And then they just put it all over the internet and everyone thinks it's true.
Her only path to redemption? Dominance, not tweets, not sound bites, buckets. But here's the problem, Caitlin Clark isn't just her rival, she's the standard to outshine Clark. Hailey would need to drop 30-point triple-doubles nightly, lead the league in scoring, and single-handedly drag Chicago to the playoffs. Is it possible? Technically. Is it likely? Not even close. Because in a league that's finally getting the spotlight it deserves, there's no room for almost. Hailey Van Lith's WNBA career isn't doomed, but it's hanging by a thread. She's now facing an impossible uphill battle, proving she belongs on the same court as Caitlin Clark, without looking like she's still obsessed with her. Every interview will be dissected, every social media post scrutinized, and if she underperforms, the overrated chants will be deafening. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about perception. And right now, Hailey's playing catch-up in a league that doesn't wait for anyone.
You have the Sports Illustrated stuff, WNBA draft, you're headed to the league. What's this been like for you?
It has been so chaotic. It kind of reminds me of the Olympics was like this. Like when we touched down in Paris, it was like one thing. And it was so fast that you really had to be intentional about being present or it just would have blew by right in your face. So luckily I had that lesson from Paris where I was like, every day, I'm going to not look at my phone. I'm going to spend as much time I can interacting face-to-face with people.
But the most damning indictment, ticket sales, Chicago Sky Hailey's new team, no spike. Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark squad through the roof. Because fans aren't paying to see Hailey's drama, they're paying to watch Caitlin cook. The league's financial future, it's tied to Clark's success and Hailey. She just positioned herself as the villain in that story. Bad move.
Just pouring into my teammates every single day the best I can and building relationships with them. Like you said, it's been a lot on the road. Our schedule was tough at the beginning, but there we go.
Even the players are picking sides. Alyssa Thomas, Breena Stewart, even Diana Taurasi veterans who've clashed with Caitlin in the past have all made subtle digs in interviews, not by name. But the message, crystal clear, this isn't college. Anymore, respect is earned, not demanded. while Hailey was out here trying to manufacture a rivalry, the real WNBA stars. They were too busy winning games and building legacies because in this league, talk is cheap, but greatness, that's priceless.
I got exposed to the media and social media at such a young age. I really struggled with mental health things. When I was younger and in college, I was suicidal. I was heavily medicated, and I felt trapped, and I didn't. And you would never know because I was having a ton of success on the court, but internally and in life in general, like I was ready to be done. And so that's what I mean when I speak on suffering and pain. Is like I didn't even want to live. So like to come from that to
because at the end of the day, the WNBA knows exactly where its bread is buttered. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring new fans, she brought paying fans, merchandise flying off the shelves. Sold out arenas, historic TV deals, all tied to her meteoric rise. Hailey's antics, just noise, a distraction the league doesn't want and definitely doesn't need.
We're seeing a lot of student athletes in college and also, professional. We're seeing a lot of people suffer from mental health, and they don't always see the other side of it. And I think when I was in college, there was a stretch. The time when I decided I needed to get help and get serious was when I think I saw the story about the Stanford goalie who had committed suicide, and my parents were scared.
The league's silence on Hailey's comments, it speaks volumes. No official statement. No damage control. Just a quiet, unmistakable shift in the spotlight. More Clark. Less Van Lith. No need to say it out loud. The marketing, the promos, the billboards, they've already picked their star, and it's not the one talking. It's the one dominating.
Was a savior. That's not true. What the game needed was a disruption in the economic marketplace, and that's what we're seeing here, and that's why it's been so.
Now the psychological tables have turned every time Hailey Van Lith steps on the court. The comparisons unavoidable. Every missed shot, meme material, every loss framed as karma. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, she's doing what she always does, letting her game speak louder than any interview ever could. No drama. No distractions. Just domination. The truth is, the mental warfare, it was over before it even began.
Hi, Hailey. Welcome to Chicago. I'm Julia Poe with the Chicago Tribune. Just first kind of starting off, what kind of conversations have you had, if any, with this guy going into the draft process, and what was that like on draft night?
Yeah, I had a few great conversations. Deep in my heart, I wanted to come to the sky. I felt like just with the two quick conversations I had.
The irony, Hailey's attempt to rattle Caitlin didn't shake her and expose her, because real champions, they don't need to announce their greatness, they prove it. While Hailey was busy crafting sound bites, Caitlin Clark was in the gym dropping 50 for 54 from 3 on her birthday. That's not just dedication, that's obsession. And obsession wins championships. Meanwhile, Hailey's draft night bravado is aging like milk, looking less like confidence, and more like a cover-up for the fact that she's never been the star. Not at Louisville, not at LSU, and certainly not at TCU.
I think that was
I don't even guess that.
That was a big drop-off moment for her, and then having to fight back and re-find herself.
In the Elite Eight?
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, she was punked, CJ.
Everybody's getting punked by Caitlin Clark. What do you
really
mean?
Punked.
Everybody's really. Who stopped Caitlin
She
Clark?
was literally a meme.
Everybody is a meme trying to guard Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, but not everybody is actually the meme. She is the meme.
Caitlin Clark pulls up from daggum Minnesota some damn where. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
You just gotta go, that's Caitlin Clark shooting from the damn blue moon orbit or whatever the hell that thing is that they sent the people in yesterday.
Hailey Van Lith thought she was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. But her strategy, it crumbled before the first move was even complete. By targeting Caitlin Clark. She underestimated one thing: the mental toughness of a player who's been doubted, dissected, and disrespected since her first NCAA game. Clark doesn't just survive under pressure, she weaponizes it. Remember the NCAA tournament? Entire arenas booed her, and what did she do? Silence them with logo threes and stat lines you had to read. Twice Hailey's words weren't a threat. They were fuel. And Clark, she's been burning hotter ever since.
A lot of other things that are involved in transferring, but this is such a good example of why fit is important.
You're such a classy lady, so respectful. I'll just say it like this: let the apologies be as loud as the disrespect when it comes to Hailey Van Lith. But TCU, they've had a tremendous, dominant season. There's been no questions marks, right? Like no question.
Now the pressure's all on Hailey Van Lith. Every missed shot, every turnover, every off night, it's all under the microscope now. Because when you call out a superstar before proving yourself, the spotlight doesn't just shine, it burns. Meanwhile, Caitlin, she's already moved on, coaching kids, signing jerseys, and casually prepping to drop 50 on Chicago when the season tips off. Game recognizes game. And right now, Hailey's isn't even in the same arena. Caitlin Clark's dominance, it's not just skill, it's psychological warfare. She's been built for this. From high school phenom to NCAA legend, she's heard the noise, and every time she turns the doubts into fuel. Monica McNutt, Diana Taurasi, even Angel Reese, they all learned the hard way. Trash talk Caitlin and she'll torch you for 40. Hailey's mistake: thinking words could rattle someone who answers with quadruple doubles. Clark doesn't clap back, she claps you off the court. Caitlin Clark's response to Hailey's tirade: not a word, just a chilling smirk caught on camera. Then absolute radio silence. No tweets. No interviews. Just basketball. She stepped into her preseason debut and casually dropped 28 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds like it was just another day at the office. The contrast, poetic. Hailey still in warm-ups, riding the bench, watching as Caitlin reminded the world without saying a single word why she's not just a player, she's the face of the league. And then came the ultimate humiliation behind the scenes. Reporters revealed what fans had started to suspect: multiple teams passed on Hailey Van Lith because of attitude concerns. Ouch. One scout didn't hold back. She's not Caitlin, and no one wants drama over buckets. Meanwhile, Clark's jersey sales spiked another 20% post-draft. While Hailey's words were still echoing online, Caitlin's game was echoing in every arena, every store, every screen. The people had spoken. Hailey's moment was noise. Caitlin's rise, a movement.
Definitely not towards me. She did it to her strength coach, and it wasn't even in a moment where I didn't even see it in the game. I was probably, dribbling the ball up the court after she just hit a 3 in our face. So, it's just funny how, camera angles and perceptions are skewed through the media, but it was hilarious. We laughed about it after.
Wrong.
Oh my God.
The ESPN panel's reaction? It said everything. As the camera cut back. One analyst smirked, Hailey Van Lith smiling through the pain of returning to toxic hell. Another deadpanned, her face says it all. Yeah, it's over even. Former pros couldn't stay silent. A Hall of Famer chimed in, "You don't build your moment by tearing others down." The message? Loud and clear, Hailey's attempt at the bad girl persona didn't land, it backfired. Instead of coming off strong, she came off shaky. Instead of intimidation, she radiated insecurity. And in a league built on greatness, not gimmicks, that's a dangerous look.
Yeah, my journey. It's hilarious because when I was like a sophomore, I was like, who would ever take their 5th year? Like, why would anyone want to be in college for 5 years? Well, that's funny because here I am in college. But it's been certainly a journey and nothing I expected. It was hard. It was a lot of nights.
Social media, it wasted no time. Hailey Van Lith got eviscerated within minutes. Hashtag Stay Humble Hailey was trending before the draft even wrapped right alongside clips of Caitlin Clark absolutely cooking her in. College, you tried the queen and missed. Now enjoy the bench. One fan tweeted brutal, viral, and echoed by thousands. Even WNBA veterans, usually tight-lipped when it comes to drama, couldn't resist. Rookies should earn respect, not demand it. Posted a 2-time All-Star. Clearly referencing Hailey's on-stage meltdown. The verdict across the board, this wasn't confidence. It was cringe, and the internet never forgets.
Deep in my heart, I wanted to come to the sky. I felt like just with the 2 quick conversations I had, I felt a ton of alignment, and I felt like they saw who I was as a player, and I felt valued. So, I was hoping that I was available when Chicago's picks came, and you never want to put too much expectation or hope because you never know what will happen on draft day, but deep in my heart, I was really hoping.
But here's the kicker. Hailey didn't just disrespect Caitlin Clark, she disrespected the game. The WNBA's explosive growth fueled by Clark. Record-breaking viewership, Clark. Even the draft's historic ratings, yeah, you guessed it, Caitlin. Clark, she's not just a star, she's the league's golden goose. So when Hailey took that shot, she didn't just stir the pot, she might have signed her own professional death warrant. Because in a league finally getting the spotlight it deserves. Taking down the one who brought the light, that's not bold, that's just bad business.
I wasn't surprised because it's women's basketball and people treat us differently all the time. I mean, that happens in the NBA game every single day. But just because it was women's basketball, like, they're going to drag it out and it's a whole deal. But, it really wasn't a big deal. And people are trying to stretch. I've moved on from it. I'm not on social media, so I don't know what people are saying.
Caitlin Clark averaged 40 points against Hailey Van Lith in their head-to-head matchups, 40. So when Hailey stood on that draft stage and claimed, "I worked for this," fans weren't just skeptical. They were furious. The internet didn't need opinions. It had receipts, and the tape, it doesn't lie every time they faced off. Clark didn't just win, she dominated. So for Hailey to come swinging at the queen, it wasn't confidence, it felt like delusion. And now the receipts are everywhere. Highlight real stat sheets and fans who aren't letting her forget it.
You just have somebody that wants to say a couple things really quick.
So, hi, Coach Sides. This is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Do we have the team all together?
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I know you guys are in Connecticut. Well, but good luck in tomorrow's playoff game. And is Caitlin Clark in the room?
She sure is.
Yeah.
The irony, brutal. Van Lith's entire rant was about earning recognition, about fighting for respect. But here's the problem. Her resume just doesn't stack up. While she was talking, Caitlin Clark was doing. Clark didn't just break records, she shattered them. She dragged Iowa to back-to-back national championship games, carrying a program on her shoulders with poise, precision, and unreal numbers. Hailey. Her teams flamed out early again and again, and the stats bow. Let's talk stats. Clark lit up the scoreboard night after night, rewriting history books in real. Time. Van Lith, solid. Sure, but nowhere near the numbers that made Clark a legend before she even stepped onto a WNBA. Court. So when Hailey called out the queen, she better have brought receipts. Spoiler alert, she didn't.
From Hailey Van Lith with mom and dad, as regular fixtures.
Traded brought in the veteran point guard, Hailey Van Lith, got her in free agency, and this is a perfect opportunity now.
Hailey Van Lith's draft night ambush, it wasn't just bold, it was borderline career suicide. In front of millions. She took the biggest swing of her life at the one player you just don't disrespect. Caitlin Clark, and the moment Hailey muttered, "Avenge Sabrina," the internet exploded. Was it a calculated power move? Or a career-ending miscalculation? Here's the truth, it reeked of envy. Caitlin Clark and CAA's all-time leading scorer, WNBA Rookie of the Year. And the face of a new era didn't just elevate herself, she elevated the entire league. Hailey, she bounced between 3 schools, searching for footing, never once touching the stratosphere Clark soared through, and now, with one viral moment, she may have written her own cautionary tale.
I mean, I think it's easy to be appreciative of this team and see how special this season was. I think that loss is something I'll never get over. To have it in that way where it just feels super unjust. I don't think that's something that I'll be able to get over. It's different if you feel like you lose a game. But it's really easy to love this team. I mean, we got back yesterday, we had all of our medical, and still we were like, let's go to one last dinner together because we'll never be the same group again.
And Caitlin Clark, she hasn't said a word. She didn't have to. While Hailey was busy crafting her villain origin story, Caitlin was already writing her revenge on the court, where it counts. She let her game do the talking, and trust it. Loud. So buckle up. This feud, it just went nuclear. And if you're here for the drama, the fire, the real behind-the-scenes truth, smash that like button, drop this in the group chat, and subscribe for the unfiltered chaos that's only just getting started.
Guarded by Robinson. Clark firing again. Oh my! It's Van Lith. Had some space. Now we'll take it.
Now the fallout is brutal. Hailey's draft night make drop has backfired spectacularly. Fans are dragging her. Analysts are tearing her apart. Even fellow players not holding back. What was meant to be a power move is being called out for what? It really looks like a desperate cry for relevance. The spotlight she wanted, she's got it. But it's burning hotter than she ever expected.
Speaking of legends, speaking of Connecticut, I think Diana Taurasi had it wrong. I think she was the reality. I think Caitlin, they should call her the reality because she was coming and she's here in this league. She's been great.
The arena did silent. Fans at home, gasping. Even the ESPN panel, frozen mid-sentence, jaws dropped. This wasn't just trash talk. This was a grenade lobbed right into the heart of women's basketball. And the explosion, yeah, it's still going. Shockwaves are ripping through the league, and no one, not fans, not players, not even the media can look away. This moment, it's not over, it's just beginning.
Caitlin Clark did the "you can't see me" gesture. It was against Louisville.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was directed towards you. Walk me through it from your vantage point.
Right after the game, I texted her and I was like, the media is dumb. I'm sorry. They just make stuff up. And then they just put it all over the internet and everyone thinks it's true. We were laughing about it because she did it to her strength coach. She didn't do it to anyone on our team, especially me. I didn't even see it in the game. I was probably, dribbling the ball up the court after she just hit a 3 in our face. It's just funny how camera angles and perceptions are skewed.
I love, she said, media's wrong. You guys are dumb.
It was hilarious. We laughed about it after. So my perception, I don't even have one because I didn't even know it happened until I saw it over Instagram later.
From the second Hailey Van Lith stepped up to the mic, The tension was electric thick enough to cut with a knife. That smirk, it said it all. I've been waiting for this, and then boom, she let it fly with zero hesitation. Van Lith took, aimed straight at Caitlin Clark, the undisputed face of the WNBA, and fired off a shot heard round the league. Some people got handed everything, she said. Voice steady, eyes locked in. I worked for this. No need to drop names. The message was crystal clear, and just like that, the fuse was lit.
Caitlin Clark once again dancing with the basketball.
The audacity, unmatched. The backlash, instant. And the regret. Oh, it's coming faster than a Caitlin Clark step back three. This wasn't just trash talk. This wasn't just drama. This was a full-blown declaration of war. What started as a rivalry just got personal, and now the entire basketball world is locked in, watching every move, every tweet, every post. Because in this game, only one can come out on top. And the question on everyone's mind, who's going to survive the storm? The 2025 WNBA draft was set to be a night of celebration, a moment of dreams turning real. But then Hailey Van Lith flipped the script. In a jaw-dropping twist that set social media on fire. Van Lith didn't just throw a little shade at Caitlin Clark, she went full scorched earth. What was supposed to be a proud milestone turned into verbal warfare. We're talking no holds barred. Mick dropping madness. The shot she fired loud, the backlash even louder, and now the fallout is real. Van Lith's bold words didn't just trend, they sparked a firestorm that's threatening to torch her career before the season even tips off. One night, one moment, and everything.